fans think, and I guess that's why we're here again.
All right, like the Scooby, if there's any like cartoon character or like group of cartoons that you can get on the show, kind of like the way Scooby-Doo used to do, or like real life celebrities now, who would you have on the show?
I don't know. There's a lot of people we have in my Bishop Magic Wands, Noel, Eddie Griffin, Flavors, a lot of people. And we'll even go some mainstream guys as well.
Or any of your like Howard Stern. I heard your Howard Stern interview. That was really
yeah, that'd be good to get Howard in the show.
Any like cartoon characters, like Scooby-Doo, or like anything you grew up enjoying?
Longhorn, Foghorn.
So what kind of cartoons did you watch when you were growing up?
Super Friends, Scooby, the same typical thing. Lone Ranger, Sesame Street, that's typical.
If there's any presidential candidate that you can fight in the ring, who would you go in the ring with? If they were like, yeah, we'll do it,
I don't know.
Not Donald Trump?
No, I like Donald Trump.
Why do you like Donald Trump?
I like he's got balls, man. He's just he's taking all those guys on, It's just it can't be insane because we know he's not insane. He has a lot of guts. And he's taking on, from a wide, pervasive perspective. You just gotta respect those kind of merits. We all gotta be human. That's we're gonna definitely make mistakes, and we got a lot of emotional vampires in the world that we're in. So people will definitely try to drain you. You stand and stay fast. I admire that. We definitely statements and stuff. But he's leading in the Republican running.
Yeah.
You were saying, right?
Do you identify yourself as a Republican, or are you independent, or do you not really pay attention to politics? Or?
No, you have to pay attention to politics. Your life is politics. That's what politics is. Control of our lives and what we're going to do. And how much they're going to taxes and what they're not going to do. Depends on who's in charge. But it's just, I don't know. I'm for the best of the people. For the best of the people. And I don't know what that is. Both sides have great views. I don't know. I could be more red than I am liberal. But then I got a lot of liberal issues that are good too. They got good stuff, both of them. They both have good stuff. They just have to learn to make it possible for all that good stuff to work together. The good in both parties.
Since you started doing the show, have you been receiving any messages through pigeons recently?
Man, listen, since I've been doing the show, it's just been a pervasive amount of bombardment of people's interest in the show. That's what we're saying. It was possible she may have been drug afflicted. Just a homeless person came to me and explained to me that my television program was a good program and that it was changed from Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Monday, one of the days. Now, I was sure that she was mistaken because I would have knew. But I didn't know. She was right, so they changed the day. And that was interesting to know. This person, I didn't know they didn't have a television. It was just, you grow up as time goes by in life. You grow and you learn. This is just one big school anyway, so you just learn. You don't know who. You know what I mean? You think, this lady would be watching this show. I always say my show is for the high guys and stuff, all the high guys.
I have a question. What do you think of this action figures?
I don't know. That's interesting. I'm going to give it to my son because my son wants to be an astronaut.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he wants to be a damn astronaut.
I don't know if you took a chance to go out to the carnival they have down there, but they have this tattoo as a prize people can earn.
I'll be down there, yeah. And good on you, too.
And then I also, looks better on you. And then I also have the pigeon socks.
I'm going to get that. I need the sock.
That's my number one pick was the pigeon socks from University.
I can't wait till my son see that,
So I mean, I can't think of a lot of prominent African American lead characters in cartoons these days. Has anyone kind of reached out to you like as an inspirational thing for young African American kids, or?
I don't know. It's very weird because I'm a conscious African American, but I don't live my life as an African American. I just live my life, conscious of who I am and of my situation in this particular lifetime is, to try to overcome whatever quagmires, the difficulties, or adversity they hold for me. I just always look when you look at yourself from that perspective, and most people do when they look from a prideful perspective, but I just always want to be objective. Because when I know my feelings get involved, I think I'm doing it from a ethnicity perspective, I'm going to make mistakes. Because whenever it's concerning me for my own self-aggrandizement, I fuck up. It has to always be objective. I don't have no personal gain or anything. It has to be objective. It's going to be good. Because then I don't know, I'm too personal, and you just fuck everything up.
Well, I have a similar problem. I get angry, or I have trouble sometimes controlling my feelings about myself. I'm often told by my wife I need to be more objective about my life. What's a technique that you do yourself to try and do that?
I do a lot of self-evaluation. And just deal with the reality of who I am, what I am, and just trying to make those cards work. And we all got cards in life. We dealt cards, and even though we have a bad hand, doesn't mean we're gonna lose the game. It's how we play it. And I'm just basically trying to play my cards right at this stage of my life.
You still working out? You still keep in shape?
I try to. It was hard. I miss. I worked out yesterday, the day before yesterday. I missed today, but I've been traveling, so it's been hard. I'm trying, when this is over, I'm trying to get a workout tonight.
So is there a finite ending for the series? Do you guys have an ending in mind, or is this going on as long as possible?
No, it's going to go on for another couple of years. We're getting ready to go real, we're about to get really explosive. I like to use that word. It might be dark, so I might consider it dark, but it's going to be pretty explosive.
What can we expect in this next season? Besides explosive.
What are you most excited about?
Oh no, just some dignified offenses. We'll be offended, but it'll be dignified.
So a lot of voice acting, you don't get to work with the other actors. I don't know if you've had any exchanges with them, but was it interesting or fun working with these comedians?
Yeah, I had a great time. Yeah, even though I never saw Mrs. McDonald, the shows came out good.
Yeah.
I never met him, never saw him. I thought Jim Rash was him all the time, so I'm telling people I met Norm, but I've never met him.
Was Jim pretty cool?
Jim was awesome.
Was there ever anything that they brought up to you that you just shook your head and like, what's that?
No, I didn't. Everybody tell me
Did you? So you didn't veto anything? You're all like, we're not going there.
Now, if you've done a popular TV show, are you interested in any other aspects of production, any other shows? Or
I just produced, I just directed a show called Champs. It's on Netflix now. And it got a really good applause.
what's that about?
It's about fighters. It's about me, Evander Holyfield, and Bernard Hopkins. And basically our life before boxing would basically put us in a position to be boxers. And it's just the whole barometer of the three individuals that's involved with the show.
So you obviously have a lot in common with them. Do you hang out with them and talk with them?
No, I know them, but we don't hang out. They're very personal, but we don't hang out. But we could hang out though. We all, we're friends. We could hang out.
So you're kind of in a fraternity that very few people are part of. All the success, all the fame, obviously what you did for a living for a long time. It's interesting how many people are just living different lives, I guess.
Yeah, because we're all the same, but we're not. We're all the same, but we're not. We all fight for different reasons. Everybody has a different reason why they became a fighter. It may seem the same, but they're different. The reason why, the answer may be the same why I became a fighter, but the journey is different.
If there's a boxer you can dig up out of the grave and fight right now, or or in your prime or now, who's a boxer you would have?
I never think about fighting my old guys. I'm like if I would be a groupie for fighters. I used to love fighters, and I started fighting. So I was madly. They were like my mentors without even knowing me. I would read about them, read what kind of girls they like, read what kind of food they like, where they like to go, where they hang out. And as I got older and more successful, I would go to the places that I would read about as a kid, where they were hanging out. And eat to the restaurants they were hanging out. I pretty much, I pretty much just put myself around that whole world of boxing.
Who did you identify the most?
I don't know, Jack Dempsey, Roberto Duran, Aaron Pryor. I mostly identify with the guys that pretty much had nothing. They just really started Sub-Zero and just suffered. You have to suffer to succeed.
What are your thoughts about Mayweather?
Right now, you don't have to suffer too much. You don't have to sweat too much to be successful television performer.
That's part of why you ended up being so successful. You had a very rough childhood.
I sacrificed a lot too. I put forth the effort as well. Just having a rough childhood could work reverse on you. You could have such a low self-esteem that you can't even develop an ego or anything. Mine was the opposite. I had a low self-esteem, but I developed a big ego. And those two exponents are great. You normally never fail for success in life. You know what I mean? But individually, as far as me trying to be perfectionist, my drive for perfection and my pretty much my self tranquility will always compete with each other, and that's why I will always make mistakes and stuff. Trying to perfect something. It's probably already perfected, but just in my strive for perfection, I make an imperfection of it. It's never satisfying.
If young Mike Tyson watched this show, what do you think he would take on it?
Oh no. No idea. I like the superheroes more, the super friends and stuff.
Yeah, if you could put on any costume, what hero would you be?
I like Apocalypse.
Oh.
Nice.
One more question.
That's my favorite cartoon character, but I can't say that because we were at DC on one of them. I can't say Apocalypse.
So do you have a DC favorite?
Huh?
A favorite DC character?
Green Lantern or Flash, one of those guys.
What advice would you give kids growing up in this generation right now to be successful?
In this generation? Sacrifice and work hard. Don't expect people to give you anything. We live in a very much now entitled generation. Very entitled. Instead of my generation was all about sacrificing and suffering for success. Nowadays you say, hey, I'm Johnny, and I got a big slung in my mouth, so boom, and you're top notch. So that's just what it is. This is what it is. This is the generation era that we live in, and it's not going to stop. And the next generation is going to dictate their generation. We dictated the 80s and stuff, and those guys dictated the 70s and stuff. Cher, Sonny Bono, No Flip, they did their thing. Now we got to be held hostage to the generation of today.
Oh wow, the tattoo, it works? It looks good.
How long does that stay on for?
We just put it on right before the actual panel.
Is it hard to line? Is it that old-fashioned kind?
Cut
It's
it in
like,
half so we can do the bottom separate from the top.
oh, smart.
Yeah.
And it was
Looks
pretty
good.
easy. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Cost you 10 tickets.
It's worth it. It's worth it. That looks great. Yeah, we should all get them.
No, yeah, it's
I think everybody should
Well,
have
you need
one.
to wear one anyway. I mean,
Well, once it's
up to you.
popular enough. Right now, it's not quite popular enough. If you got them,
Don't you want to be cutting edge?
I don't know. It's on.
No, I
it's
want to
on
be
the
right
moon.
there in the middle.
Right, okay.
It's on the
Or
moon.
maybe,
That's
maybe
possible.
even with a face tattoo, I might be bringing up the rear on that.
Oh, we should have got extras.
Oh, we should've.
Everybody would have had one.
Yeah.
Pass them around like candy.
I think there were a bunch on my desk.
Yeah, we have
at work,
about 14
but I
of them
didn't
in
bring
the
them.
office.
I didn't think of that.
And they also got the pigeon socks too.
What a
Oh, I
pigeon
haven't heard about that.
So the pigeon socks are at the carnival. They cost 35 tickets, and they're just little pigeon feet.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was my go-to. That's what
That's awesome. You did it.
Well, we still have not gotten one shirt or any zero swag.
Yeah,
That's not fair.
it isn't.
Print that.
If you
A disgruntled
walk right
Larry
up to the-
Dorf
You just
complained.
walk right up to the free shirts thing and they'll give it to you. You don't have to wait in line, I'm sure.
There's screen printing free shirts at the carnival.
Oh, good.
So have you thought about doing maybe a live action episode, just as it's like a throw out?
I think we talked about the first season because we were all in Groundlings together. I said, oh, we've got to go to the Groundlings Theater and shoot it on the stage, like even if they had their scripts in hand, just like a table read, but like a walking around table read, because Jim Rash, Norm could play the pigeon. I do think it's possible. I look forward to the day. Yeah.
How many of the voice actors show up in the pajamas?
Just Norm. Sometimes Rachel. Jim Rash never. He's very good. Mike Tyson, never.
Jim
But we
comes in
put
like
him
a
in that
three-piece
blue
suit.
suit. Yeah. Jim dresses like the ghost.
Guys, we need to wrap this up. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much.
That's funny. It's like wrap it up and then what's the show?
There's nothing to wrap up.
No, it's over. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Split it in half, and that way we could do the bottom one and the top one separately.
Oh, that's so cool. Did Mike see it? Have you
Yes.
sat with Mike? What did he think? Is it on the right? Is it on the correct side?
It's on the correct side. He thought it was funny.
That's pretty
He
great.
said it looked good on me. I said his is better.
That is pretty great, for sure.
So now I know again I was talking to Mike. You know, a lot of times when you do the voice acting, you're not really with the other actors. Like for instance, I hear he was basically did all of his work up in Vegas.
Yes, but I record every episode with Norm and Jim.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Was it fun recording with them?
Oh, it's the most fun in the entire world because I could listen to Norm read a phone book, and Jim is one of my oldest friends, and so for me, it's dreaming. Yeah, I love it.
Is Jim as fun in real life as he is on all his projects?
You know, in real life, Jim, I mean, he's really smart, and he can be, you know, just a normal, serious person. But I met Jim at the Groundlings, so his onstage persona, and obviously what he does on Community and our show, is huge. And Jim getting emotional, I think, is one of my favorite things in the entire world. In real life, he's not like that, but getting him to an emotional place, we literally cannot write enough for that, and he delivers. Yeah.
So what's your favorite scene or episode from the show so far?
We just recorded a scene that I think is going to be hysterical where Marcus thinks the end of the world is happening and he freaks out and he thinks he's so afraid of dying, and then Pigeon points out, but you're already dead, and Marcus reveals you can die multiple times, and I mean Jim just, it's about this long, a page long of Jim freaking out, and it's pretty good. Yeah. And anything Mike says. I mean, anytime Mike speaks, I'm delighted by it. And Hugh recorded a lot of live action Mike for at the end of the episodes, and those are great too.
So because of your relationship, of course, with them,
Yes.
did that lead to basically they built the character for you, or did you still have to audition?
When we came up with the idea for the character, I'd been doing voices at Warner Brothers Animation on Mad, and I'd done a few voices for the Looney Tunes, so they knew me as an actor there as well. So it sort of felt like a natural process. I think there was a brief period of time where they were gonna, go out to Margaret Cho or some well-known Asian comedian or something like that, and then it just kind of seemed like, well, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do anything gimmicky, and there's something really great in being able to be the writer and then the performer. And me having a relationship already with Jim Rash, it just felt easier than bringing in someone else and trying to contrive relationships. This felt the most natural, and I was just really honored that they let me do the voice.
When you were a kid, what kind of animated shows did you watch, if at all?
I loved animated shows. I watched the Brady Bunch, the animated Brady Bunch. Do you remember they animated the Brady Bunch? They animated Happy Days and all those things. So I loved that. I used to watch Hanna-Barbera, Jabberjaw, and Scooby-Doo I watched.
So do you feel a lot of the way you deliver the lines might be affected by Scooby-Doo?
Not at all. I mean, I think it is funny. Everyone wants to compare our show to like Scooby-Doo meets the A-Team, and I think visually the show obviously has that feel. From our standpoint, though, we're just wanting it to be funny, and we're just wanting it to be. We don't want it to seem jokey or gimmicky, but of course, people are going to look at it, and that's the first thing they're going to think of. But other than the look, I don't think it really has anything to do with it.
Are you going to go to the carnival that they're throwing out there?
What carnival?
You don't know about the carnival?
No, what?
There's the Adult Swim Carnival out there back in the green behind the convention center.
What are they going to have?
They have
rides?
Ring tosses.
Cotton candy?
Like skee ball. They don't have any like actual foods. But they
don't have vodka?
No, unfortunately.
Then I will not be going.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's a show I won my pigeon socks and then the Mike Tyson type.
So where do you get pigeon socks? Like you don't get. I don't have access to any like T-shirt. I don't have any cool stuff. Mike has a doll of himself, and on the back it shows like all the not doll. Sorry, I always get corrected. Action figure. And then on the back they show all the other characters as if they exist, and they don't. There's no Young Me doll, but I want one.
It's all part of the ploy.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, down at the carnival, you collect tickets for like your win prizes.
Oh, how fun!
And so one of the things I really wanted was the pigeon socks, the piece right here.
Oh my God, that's phenomenal.
They even have the label for the Mike Tyson Mysteries on them.
Oh my God, how cool! I want that.
Why don't you go down there? They'll probably just give it to you.
If I just throw my name around, they'll go, who? Get the hell out of here, lady.
Pigeon socks.
It's so funny. Yeah, I have so much cachet here. But I did say, I said, I wonder if anyone will go as, Mike or Young Hee for Halloween this year. What do you think?
Probably.
Yeah?
It'd be a lot easier with these tattoos.
I know, right? I think that's actually really cool. But when we got those, they handed us those at work, and I just thought, I bet that's going to be impossible to put on. And you did it perfectly. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. I really am. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
You should just have one day when you have like a table read, have all of you do it and show everything.
Hugh wanted us all to wear Tommy Bahama shirts on the panel. For no reason, just because.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
sitting down with us and talking.
It was my pleasure. I'm glad you guys liked the show.
Yeah,
you didn't say you liked it, but I'm assuming you like it. Oh, I'm so glad. That's good. Nice to meet you guys.
I'm trying to make a video for the YouTube channel for the end plate, and everyone always is like, "Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Hey, why don't you subscribe down here or click on this video to see more videos?" So I'm trying to make a really generic, ridiculous one.